Did I guess? It doesn't matter anyway. So, here we are. Halloween 2018. Did I startle you? Well, in all seriousness, I've been wrapping my brains, thinking of what can I do on this channel for Halloween. And, well, Big Finish came to my rescue, as ever. And I actually forgot about this, but I was actually excited when this was announced. But, yeah. We've got a Big Finish short trips. And this one is I Am the Master. And what got me excited about this one is it's starring Geoffrey Beevers as the Master, who is my third favourite Master, just behind Roger Delgado and Anthony Ainley. And also, he's not only performing this, but he is also the writer of it. So this was going to be an interesting thing. Does Geoffrey Beevers understand the character of the Master? Yeah, he does pretty well, actually. So basically, and actually, there are a few meta moments in this, but it is a short trip, so it's 42 minutes long. So basically, I was about to say a new Who episode all the way up to 2017 length, and here's where we go. It's essentially, when I say a bit meta, basically the whole story is the Master is talking to you through the use of a sound booth. And there are a few little jokes in there. Basically, if you're a Big Finish listener, you'll get a few. Well, they're not necessarily jokes, though. A bit of fourth wall breaking. For example, the Master talks about how, there's a green room and that's where we have lunch and that, and the lunches are absolutely delicious. That is referencing Toby's lunches at Big Finish. So that's what that's basically referencing there. And there are a few Big Finish references and a few others scattered in this. But this is basically the Master is essentially talking to you, and he gives a bit of it's basically him talking to you, telling you a story of one of his adventures. And you know what? I can't. This is one of the things. I can't spoil this. I really want to, but I can't. You just have to go and listen to it. Is all I'm going to say. But it involves the listener quite a lot. And when you hear Silky Smooth Geoffrey talking into your ears, it's just absolutely incredible. I mean, Geoffrey Beevers has one of those deliciously evil voices. When he is the Master, you know that no matter what he does, he's just gonna have that lovely smooth. It's kind of like Hannibal Lecter, where even when the Master is in this sort of husk and this most hatred form, he still is utterly charming throughout this. Basically, that's the best way I can describe it. It's very atmospheric and it's very appropriate, being Halloween. Also, if you're wondering why I've got this makeup on, basically I've just finished doing a short Joker film. I'll probably put the links in the description, but if you want to go and watch that. But yeah, this is something really good. Geoffrey Beevers is absolutely on point with this one. I mean, he really does understand the character of the Master and understands, the hatred and the pain. And he gives a lot of detail about basically despicable things the Master does. And the way he performs them makes it sound like progress. This is, something that should happen. It's something few and far between that, not many people would be able to do, but Geoffrey does it absolutely fantastically in this story. In terms of when it's set, I don't know. Obviously it's Jeffrey Beavers, so you know it's a bit confusing, the Masters kind of, but obviously except you know, before we get to Eric Roberts, etc., etc., and and before Alex McQueen as well. So for that part. Also, if you wonder what that noise is, that's my dog. He's playing with his toy. Seems to be having a blast with it. Yes, but this is good, and also it's an original. You know, it is an original story of how basically the Master infiltrates and takes the power. It's basically a story of how the Master, you know, well, becomes the master of a planet, essentially. And you know, a lot of the time you wonder, well, how does the Master, you know, take over a world? In this story, you get to find out. He basically goes through each stage of the process on how he took over and became the ruler of this planet, essentially. And you know, the thing is, this is like, because the thing is, if you were just to go at that final step, you would think, wow, you know, this is insane. How the hell did you get to this stage? But actually, you know, when the Master talks about each of the steps he takes in order to get to this point, it actually, progressively, actually makes quite a bit of sense. And well done. Jeffrey Beavers, you know, I don't know if he'd be able to write a Doctor Who story, but to be honest, if they ever do another, you know, standalone Master story, I would really like to see him writing it, because he does a fantastic job in this. I mean, obviously the release date, it was released yesterday at the time of recording this. It was released on was it? No, it was released on Saturday. Yes, it was released on the 29th today. So it was released on the 27th, so it's no coincidence the release date is just before Halloween, so it does make sense in that regards. But yeah, other than that, I can't really see a lot on it. I don't want to spoil the ending, but as the Master says, it's something you can listen to over and over and over again.
Happy Halloween!